Well, the last 10 years or so have been shocking to say the least, but Judge Andrew Napolitano went on Glenn Deason's program, and not many people have seen this yet, but I would say shocked the world.
Last question is, I guess, a very broad one. Is what are you seeing being the main threats to liberty today in the United States, given this constitutional overreach and deep state? What is it that yeah, threatens liberty?
Well, the Congress refuses to do its job and it lets the president, it cedes power to the president. That impairs liberty. Right now, he wants to become the police commissioner of Washington, D.C., Chicago, Los Angeles, and New York City. The courts don't enforce the Constitution as it was written. The military industrial complex and the Zionist lobby have ironclad grips on the Congress. So the military industrial complex still is the beneficiary of now $1 trillion annual budget, which of course is absurd. That's more than the next 10 countries combined, which includes Russia and China, of course. The absence of constitutional norms, all these things, and debt. All these things are going to bring down the American government, probably debt before the others.
So you predict the collapse of the American government within the
I do. I
foreseeable
predict the
future.
collapse of the federal government and the United States breaking off into, I don't know how many, a dozen or so smaller republics.
So the
Uh,
breakup of the United States as well.
yes, yes, because it won't be able to pay its bills. It won't be able to pay a salary. No one will want to work for it. No one will lend money to it. People to whom it owes money will be out of luck. It'd be like suing the Confederacy after the Civil War because you made them a loan. The federal courts wouldn't even hear the suits.
So, sorry, just one last question. Who do you think would break off first? Is it like Texas, or how do you see this fragmenting?
Well, this is just speculation on my
Yeah.
part, but it would be regional and it would be ideological. So New England would probably be its own small republic. Texas would be its. Georgia, South Carolina, and Florida would be one. I don't know where my home state of New Jersey would end up, probably wherever New York goes. But these are the things that will probably happen. I mean, people will wake up and they'll still be able to go to supermarkets and they'll be able to go to church and they'll be able to go to work. There'll just be no federal government anymore. Will someone move in on and take the place of it? Who knows?
Judge Napolitano, I'm a huge fan, so this has been a real privilege for you to come on my channel. So thank you so much.
Well, the fandom is bilateral, and I look forward to seeing you on with me later this week. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
Now, I find this to be so shocking that I don't even believe it. In fact, I don't believe it. I don't believe that will happen because of debt. To break up into smaller units, because these territories would still need to trade with each other, and it would make it so trade is less open. I don't think any of these geographic areas could make it on their own. They would want open trade with the other territories. So let's take a look in Napolitano's face, because that's telling, because this guy's either the greatest actor of all time, or maybe he knows something that we all don't know, because his face tells 1,000 words.
The collapse of the federal government and the United States breaking off into, I don't know how many, a dozen or so smaller republics.
So the
Uh,
breakup of the United States as well.
yes, yes, because it won't be able to pay its bills. It won't be able to pay a salary. No one will want to work for it. No one will lend money to it. People to whom it owes money will be out of luck. It'd be like suing the Confederacy after the Civil War because you made them a loan. The federal courts wouldn't even hear the suits.
Now look at his face right here. That's either incredible acting or that's a guy that's deep in thought, who knows something that's could be coming up the pipeline. I mean, it's he could, again, this is a guy that was on Fox News. He knows how to be provocative, but again, a former judge. These tend to be reasonable people, and I know he's in media now, but is he trying to be provocative, or does he know something? Okay, well, why I think may happen is, how Trump is sending military personnel to blue cities. Washington, D.C. wants to do so in Chicago, New York. It's happened in Los Angeles. I think he might be laying the groundwork to steal the next election. And he wants to have an infrastructure in place in case there's civil unrest. His problem last time when he tried to steal the election is they weren't loyal to him. At the end of the day, the military wasn't loyal to him, so he had to leave. So he wants loyalty. He wants to have personnel in place that he's going to be able to send at his whim to bust heads. So I think that's possible. Now, as far as what Napolitano's saying about the United States breaking up, um, I think the more likely scenario of that happening is if Trump does try to steal the election. That would be possible because swaths of this country are just not going to go for it. That would be incredible unrest, like we've never seen before, maybe since the Civil War, when this was a set of separate colonies, states, if you will, and it only became more of a centralized union after the Civil War. When the Soviet Union broke up, it made more sense because these republics oftentimes had very different cultures, different language. In some circumstances, it would make sense that Ukraine or Lithuania would want to be autonomous. But here in the United States, who knows? But Napolitano, that's something to think about. I want to know what you think. Put it in the comments.